An agreement between the governments of Kenya and Italy to revive the corruption-dotted construction of dams in Arror, Kimwarer and Itare has been signed in Nairobi today, with heads of state stating that the legal barriers that stalled the project for the last 3 years will be dealt with. Now, as NTV's Leila Mohammed reports, the issues surrounding the alleged loss of 63 billion shillings will also feature in the discussions expected to wrap up in a month before groundbreaking begins in the next few months.
The red carpet was laid out for the country's high-profile guest Tuesday, who was honored with a 21-gun salute from the Kenya Navy and a guard of honor mounted by the 21st Mechanized Infantry Battalion of the Kenya Army at State House, Nairobi. With the formalities out of the way, it was evident that after discussions with his host, President William Ruto, the President of Italy, Sergio Mattarella, would come bearing gifts into Kenya in a sector that had been stalled by a huge corruption scandal in the Uhuru Kenyatta administration. The two countries had agreed to re-establish cooperation in the construction of Arror, Kimwarer and Itare dams, mega water projects that had been designed in the Kibaki era, which Uhuru Kenyatta's administration had sought to begin bringing to life in its second term in office.
The facilities that had been provided for the construction of these dams will be renegotiated so that we can provide for the delivery of the dams.
In September 2019, President Uhuru Kenyatta cancelled the projects after receiving a report from a technical committee, which he had formed following the discovery of irregularities and improprieties surrounding the two mega infrastructure projects. That decision was made parallel to a corruption case against former Treasury CS Henry Rotich, who faces charges on possible theft of 63 billion shillings in the dam projects. Rotich made history as the first sitting cabinet secretary to be arrested, arraigned and charged of an economic crime.
We, as the government of Kenya, are going to withdraw the cases filed against the companies, and the government of Italy and the contractors are also going to withdraw the arbitration cases.
With the controversies in the Uhuru administration out of the way, Kenya is now ready to pick up the pieces and continue construction of dams in Itare, Arror and Kimwarer, with the Italian government now ready to finance these projects, with Kenya insisting that in the next few months, this will be a reality.
The financing that was already made available is going to be restructured, and the projects are going to start. We intend to clear the court issues in the next 1 month and be able to start the process of negotiating the restructuring of financing, and hopefully we should be able to go on with the construction of these dams in a matter of months.
In 2019, after the cancellation of the projects, CMC Di Ravenna Itinera joint venture had written to the DPP of Kenya of its intention to move to the International Court of Arbitration at The Hague, demanding 80 billion shillings in compensation.
All the geotechnical investigation are in the upper site.
In the same year, the same company filed for bankruptcy in a court in Ravenna, Italy. Construction of the project was to be completed in 2021.
Asked for any indulgence today.
Evidence presented in a Kenyan court in the corruption case against former Treasury CS Henry Rotich showed that CMC Di Ravenna was paid 4.3 billion shillings on September 27, 2018 as advance payment for Arror Dam, and for Kimwarer Dam an advance payment of 3.5 billion shillings was allegedly approved on July 2, 2018.
Corruption is continuing its vicious attack on our people and our nation.
At that time, the government was not speaking in one voice over how much was in fact missing or under contention.
We've heard, for example, that the government has lost 21 billion in Kimwarer and Arror Dam, which is a flat lie. The money in question is about 7 billion.
The same firm was expected to undertake the Itare Dam construction. In July 2015, the National Treasury signed a loan agreement with Italian financiers, BNP Paribas Fortis and Intesa Sanpaolo, for the project's funding. 11 billion shillings for the project was paid out, though the project stalled at 30%, and once completed, the dam was supposed to yield 100,000 cubic meters of water per day. Leila Mohammed, NTV.